Sometimes in life, you may have to go through. They talked about Jesus. People gonna talk about you. Yes, they will. Sometimes in life, there are problems on every side. Your heart may be troubled, but I have this blessed consolation that there's a bright side, and it's free from pain and care, and it won't be this way. Sometimes in life, there's sunshine, there's rain, tears to shed, burdens to bear, sorrow, grief, and pain. Sometimes in life, you may be ridiculed and suffer shame. Faint not and don't get weary, for you see your laboring is not in vain. For there's a bright side, and Jesus, He's waiting right there, and it won't be this way. Always, it won't be this way. Always, no, it won't.
Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence, glory, and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
Okay, let's get it going. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes, You O Cube. What does O Cube stand for? One-on-one, because it's just me and you. And I appreciate you for being in the studio this morning. So much love to each and every last one of you. Now, let's see. I got some things going on here. Let me get myself recalibrated in this here stream. I want to thank you all for coming in this morning bright and early. Listen, it's the day the Lord has made. We're rejoicing and we're glad in it. Let me fix my crown. My crown is just a little bit off here this morning. Let me fix my crown. You know, the queen's crown got to be right before we can get going. All right, let me see where we are here. I appreciate every last one of you for coming in this morning. I am excited about this day. It is the day that the Lord has made, and we're rejoicing in it, and we're glad in it. Yes, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we're rejoicing in it, and we are glad. Now, as we come into this day, can you believe already that it's Thursday, y'all? It is Thursday. My God, today it's Thursday. Another week has come and gone, if you can believe that. It is Thursday, March the 2nd in the year 2023. And I tell you what, it's just absolutely positively unbelievable how time is flying. That's how you know you're getting old, when it just seems like every time you bat an eye, another decade has gone. But listen, day by day, we're getting closer and closer to our destiny. Day by day, we're getting closer and closer to the promise. And I hope that you're ready for the promise, because the promise is yours. Now, listen, we're going to go over here and look and see who is in the VIP section of the Lion's Den. I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm checking out and I'm trying to see. Yes. Trying to get my studio back in order, Saints. Trying to get my studio back in order. Now, I am always happy to see all the camaraderie and the love that's going on over there in the VIP section, because I just mean to tell you, these babies have come in and made this a whole vibe in and of itself. They truly have. So let's get this party started and let's get this party crack-a-lacking. I want to start right here. Security, yes, security is here. Truck driver is out there, and listen, I appreciate him for taking care of all of the lions in the Lion's Den VIP section. I appreciate you, sir. I do. Thank you. Now, while I'm appreciating him, I also want to give it up. I think, hold on just a second. Let me make sure I got my 3, because you know how I do. I get to talking and I'll be done told the wrong one. I got truck driver out there, and then let's go ahead and get our 3 beautiful queens on today that got all of the seating in the VIP section. The third person in the Lion's Den this morning, let me take Truck down. That's my guy. That's my Mufasa. That's my Lion King. That's my brother right there, and I love me some him. You better ask somebody. Now look, the third person to make it into the Lion's Den this morning was none other than Sassy Cassie Cassandra Isaiah. Come on in here, sis. You did that. You did it. Go ahead and sit down right over there in that love seat. Go ahead, sis. You did that. You made it in, and I appreciate you for coming in to make sure there was all the love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness in the Lion's Den section this morning in that VIP area. Thank you, sis. Now, the second person to make it in this morning, and I have to come over here and get a second peek because I want to make sure. I just want to make sure that I don't get the wrong ones. Okay, because I got to call them right because these sisters are serious. I mean, these sisters are serious about Grandpa Holmes' chair. They don't play. Now, the second person to make it in the Lion's Den this morning was none other than... Uh-oh. Yes, we applaud you before we even get there. I want to appreciate the second person in the Lion's Den this morning was... Queen Shauna, you did that, sis. You did that. Come on in here, lovely one. You made it. Yes, you made it onto the VIP love seat this morning. Nothing but love to you. Nothing but mad love to you. These saints got insomnia. They over here talking and laughing and hee and kikiing all in the middle of the night like it's daylight. Now, over in the UK, when they get finished over there, I understand. But y'all over here in this part of the hemisphere wandering around in the middle of the night like it's daylight. I'm like, what are y'all doing out here? Y'all sure enough got insomnia. But the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair is none other than Din Darn, you did that thing, sis. You did it. Let me get up here to you. There we go. There's that beautiful sister. Come on in here. There's that beautiful sister. Congratulations. I'm like Uncle Joe. I'm moving kind of slow this morning. Let me get all your... There you go. I want to give you all of it. I want you to get all that smoke. Congratulations, Din Darn. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. Get your lips, get your hips, and get your fingertips right on over in that chair, sis, because that chair is for you. Now, I understand you were leaving Grandpa Holmes' chair and getting ready to go work out because you in the UK. But now all these other saints out here wandering around in dead of night. What's going on with you? Y'all night crawlers, y'all vampires. I'm like, Lord Jesus, these folk just out here in these here streets like it's daytime. But I love y'all. I love you for coming in and taking care of Grandpa. Y'all do such a marvelous job. Listen, that picture of the little boy sitting out there with just me and Grandpa then. Din Darn, I loved it. I loved it. I don't know where y'all find these memes at. Some of these memes are absolutely positively hilarious, but I enjoy watching those, if nothing else, along with the convos, because I mean, y'all cavort out there in Grandpa Holmes' chair. Now, listen, then we want to stop and give it up for, these beautiful ladies that take care of the Lion's Den. They are beautiful for situation. And listen, if you've got mods and those mods are doing what they're supposed to do, they will be a whole blessing to your entire stream in your life. Here we go. Shelly Thunder. I see that mod love MCP812. I see that mod love Stacy546. Come on in here, because these ladies, they do it and they do it well. Shelly Thunder is my prophetess. Yes, she will prophesy. She will give you a prayer and a word from the Lord and block your tail all in the same breath. That's my girl, and that's my thunderclap right there. I see you. I see you, Din Darn. I see that mod love Chris G. I see you, Dr. Dady Priest. I see you, Tall Pumps SK8843. I see that mod love, because they are deserving of every heart that you can put in there. Then we come on to, yes, the Rebel Inc. The Rebel Inc. is a streamer. She is a partner, y'all. She's a partner of Twitch. Come on, I got to give it to her one more time, because I'm so proud of this child. I don't know what to do. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I see that mod love Shelly Thunder. I see that mod love Kai Chick. I see that mod love. Yes, the Rebel Inc. is a partner of Twitch. She is my Ace Boon Coon. She's my day one. She is my friend, y'all. I love me some her. If you're not following the Rebel Inc., quit your ways. Quit your ways, because I promise you, she's going to bless your whole life with Doug Cracks, with anti-morning bangos. And we're headed over there in just a minute. Shirley Thunder, quit your wicked ways. That's what I said. Quit your wicked ways. That's what we got to do. Listen, we're headed over to the Rebels' house as soon as we leave from this. So listen, station identification, don't go nowhere. Don't change that back channel. We're going to be right here. Come on, little media, Christine, I bet that's you. Good morning to you, and thank you for liking the stream. Then we've got Michelle Brownell, the quiet storm. Yes, the quiet storm. That's what she is. I'm telling you what, she changes the atmosphere just by being it. Look at that beautiful smile on her face. I'm telling you, I love me some her. She's just beautiful, 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 inside and out. This is my blessed Trinity, y'all. And thank you for giving them my love, because they are absolutely deserving of all of that and then some. Yes, it's the galactic partner. SK8843, she is the galactic partner. Please believe it. She is. And I love me some her. Now let's get this party started. Let's get this party crack-a-lacking. Because listen, we're going to talk a little bit today. Get your coffee cup out. Well, you can get your coffee cup out now. You can go ahead and get your coffee cup out. But as my mother said, when you walk into a room, speak to somebody. So I want to come around and speak to everybody if I can before because my studio will time me out. My studio will be like, I don't care if you're a preacher or not. You're talking too long. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. And it will just get up out of there. So let me get going before it times me out. The Rebel Link, I see you this morning. Stacy 546, mad love to you, sis. Dr. Dady Priest, the high priestess, is in the house this morning. Come on in here, high priestess, because engagement matters. And if you're not following Dr. Dady Priest, quit your ways, quit your ways, because she will bless your whole life. And please believe engagement does matter. The evangelist is in here this morning. Kai Chick is in the room. I see you, sis, and you know I love me some you. Come on in here and do your thing. I don't know, you're able to come in this morning, so I'm so happy anytime I see you. Anytime I see you in the Lion's Den, I get tickled. I just get pleased, overjoyed, and tickled to death. One reason the Bishop of Twitch, he's not really here, but he's here. He always comes in daily to see about his peepers in the Lion's Den. And as he says in his stream, don't be afraid of the roar. He ain't afraid of no roar. That's my guy. Chris G7878, come on in here, love. It's so good to have you in the Lion's Den this morning. I love me some you. You better come through. The smile that came over my face when I saw you typing, I said, that's my girl right there. Thank you, Chris, and I love me some you. Fairly all day, my dearest friend is in the room. Listen, Fairly all day, I'm telling you, I say it all the time. If you don't want your prayers answered, don't ask Fairly to pray. Because, baby, I love you too, Chris G. I love you too. Listen, if you don't want your prayers answered, don't ask Fairly to pray. Because I'm here to tell you the Lord answers this child's prayers. Please believe it. I love me some you. Come on in here, and it's good to see you. You be safe out there in them there streets. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking and seeing who else is in the Lion's Den this morning. Y'all be careful. Y'all be careful. Jack be nimble. Jack be quick. Jack jump over the candlestick. Truck driver, he's in the room this morning. Be safe out there as you're driving truck, but that's my Mufasa. And ain't nothing but, listen, mother can pray, Rebel. Mother can pray. Listen, I'm going to stop right here because when I tell you, I was going through something, saints, and mother, she woke up to sleeping angels. Woo! That's my all-time favorite. That's my all-time fave. She woke up to sleeping angels. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? She said to the watchman on the wall, wake up! If you out here taking a nap and sleeping on the job, I command you, wake up! I promise that's going to be the favorite prayer of my whole entire lifetime. Because, baby, I'm telling you, she took me out with that one. But listen, did not the Lord answer the prayer? Fairly. And I mean, it was a right now answered prayer. Do you understand what I'm saying? It was a right now. Tall pumps. She woke up the sleeping watchman on the wall and told him go back to work. Woo, I was torn from the floor up, but baby, I had to listen. I couldn't let her know. I couldn't let mother know I was laughing on the other end of the phone because mother was praying the prayer of faith. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Rebel, she can pray. Mother can pray. Listen, I got so tickled. Yes, he did. It was a right now answered prayer. I got so tickled on the other end, but have you ever been in a spiritual moment and you get tickled, but you can't laugh? You know, I had to put the phone on mute and put it up, and I was like, I was just like, what's that dog on Dick Dastardly? that it was one of them kind of laughs. Baby, when I tell you I was tickled, but I had to stay in the spirit for the moment. Listen, Empress, you know what I'm saying. I had to laugh in silence. I had to sneak and laugh, Cod Chick. You understand what I'm saying? I had to sneak and laugh while mother was praying, because mother was praying the prayer of faith, but did not God answer that prayer instantly? I ain't mad at her. I was like, listen, call the watchman, call everybody, wake everybody up, honey. Just pray. As long as it works, baby, just pray. Anyway, let me keep going, because I just had that moment in that thought, and I got tickled again, because baby, the wheezy laughing dog. That's what it was, Empress. I had to do the wheezy laughing dog, and I had to do it in silence because mother was praying. Oh, Jesus. You knew I was laughing fairly. I was trying to be spiritual. I was trying to be deep in that moment, but baby, I got tickled. I got tickled all down in my shando. That thing tickled me. Now listen, let me keep going, because that's my sis right there. I love me some her. She's just as much a part of my family as any of my family. She ain't blood, but my baby, it don't matter. Now, listen, coming on down, and I see Din Darn is in the room. So much mad love to you. That's my beautiful sister from the UK. I love me some you. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. Y'all got me crying in here already. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. That's my beautiful sister from Chi-Town. I love me some you. And listen, she is all that and a bag of chips. She's the moderator for Woman Unsilenced, and I always want to give Woman Unsilenced a plug because she is so deserving of that. I promise you she is. If you're not following Woman Unsilenced, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because she's one of the best, and I'm going to say it again, she's one of the best podcast streamers out here. She has good quality broadcast streaming that she's doing. Y'all go over there and follow my ladies, because they'll hook you up right good. I love me some Utah Pumps. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking, and who else? MCP812. That is my sister right there, y'all. That's my sister, cousin, pastor. I love me some you, and it is so good to see you in the Lion's Den this morning, otherwise known as Two Tambourines. Why do we call her Two Tams? Because sister don't play. When I tell you she comes with her praise on, she means that thing. She means Jesus every step of the way. Please believe it. I'm coming on down, and Star Simmer Rose is shining and shimmering up in here. You better shine and let your star be seen even in the darkest night. That's when the stars shine the brightest. Love me some you, and thank you for coming in here, sis. Nothing but mad love to you. Listen, she's in the room. Let me get over there and get it. Shelly Thunder. Yes, the thunderclap is here. So much mad love to you, and it's so good to see you in here this morning. I love me some you, and you are precious to my soul. BTD Mom, that's my biggest big sister right there. I love me some you. Thank you for coming on in here. Appreciate you, as well as Anita Harvey. Come through, come through. Coming on down, and I'm seeing who else came in the basement while I was upstairs, because I don't want to miss anybody. I just don't want to miss anybody this morning because each one of you are so precious to me. I saw DJ D-Man is in the room. That's my hero, y'all. That's my hero. He is a streamer. He is one of the best out here spinning and giving you DJ action out here in these Twitch streets. If you're not following DJ D-Man, quit your ways, because he will bless your whole life. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, my hero. Do your thing. Good to have you in the Lion's Den. Then I see Risha Jones on YouTube in the house. Come on in here, Risha. I love me some you. I absolutely positively do. That's my sister from Kansas City. Come on in here, Risha, and make yourself right at home in the Lion's Den because we love us some you. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm trying to make sure, yes, I'm making a list and I'm checking it twice and I already know who's naughty and who's nice. I ain't got to ask nobody. SK8843 is in the house. That's my big sister. Yes, that's my beautiful big sister. Not to be confused with my biggest big sister, but that's my big sister. This girl, listen, this girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. Do you understand? Listen, she has been blessing me. I mean, blessing me every morning with words of flow. I'm telling you, she has taken flow. She has taken that to a whole nother level. And when I get up in the morning and all through the day, I'm just waiting to see what this sister's going to send to me. Cause I'm telling you, she's hot. She's hot, y'all. She's hot. Music Spasms is in the room. Salute to you and mad love, mad love. Come on in here. Love me some you. Thank you for being in the Lion's Den. And then Empress Meow, come through. So much mad love to you. And I get excited every time I see y'all in the Lion's Den. Please accept the love extended to you from the Lions. Thank you for being up in here this morning. Mad love to you. Now I'm coming on down and I think J Love 75. Good morning to you. And thank you for blessing the kings and queens. And that same love right back to you. I appreciate you for being here. Snively, come on. I'm sorry, SK8843. Snively the dog. That's what I was doing while she was praying. Yes. y'all, let me act right. Coming on down and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm seeing who else is in the room. Hootie hoo. Come on in here, Hootie hoo. Who but you can hoot like you? Come on in here and thank you for being in the room in the Lion's Den with us this morning and nothing but love to you. Nothing but love to you. Thank you for speaking fairly all day while you're stopped at that traffic light. I appreciate you for coming in and saying something to the people. As Rebel would say, to the peoples. Now, listen, it's time to get this party crack-a-lackin' and get this party started. I like to say good morning to each of you, and I like to take that time to do so. Come on, get your coffee cup out. Get your coffee cup out. Get your coffee cup out. Because what had happened was, while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, listen, there were some things that happened out there in their streets, and we're going to talk about that just a little bit. We're going to talk about that just a little bit this morning. What had happened was, I see your coffee cup, Stacy 546. Come on in here, and let's get this party crack-a-lackin'. Now, I'm going to start today with news from viewers. I want to appreciate the street crew that is always out there sending things to me so that we can have different topics to talk about. I'm going to hold on to Dr. Dady. I see your coffee cup, Stacy 546. I see your coffee cups, MCP 812. Dr. Dady sent something. I'm going to hold that to a little bit later. But at the end of the day, we're going to have some conversation. Kai Chick, I see those coffee cups. I see those coffee cups. We're going to have some conversation about the video that you put out there, Dr. Dady, and I appreciate you for that because I want to kind of touch on it. I see you, Den Darn. I see those coffee cups. But I want to start. Let's go ahead and start with Truck Driver. Truck Driver, I'm telling you, this brother right here, I see your tall pumps. Come on and bring it. He really, I'm sorry, is always about the business. Let me see. Now, this right here, this 11-year-old baby out here in Africa created a charging station from a fan in a phone. I want y'all to just look at this. And I want you to think about how genius we are. I'm just saying it. I'm telling it like, y'all know, no cream, no sugar. I take this coffee strong and black. Truck, when you put this in there, I was like, come through, because at the end of the day, it's just amazing and astounding. What's going on with my screen share? Doesn't want to share today. What is going on? Now, the Diablo. No. Now let's see what's going. There we go. Yeah, thank y'all for listen. Fairly, did you call the watchman off the wall? Because Diablo was loose there for a second. Now, yes, Rebel, it was Diablo. This little baby right here, this video now y'all see that it's a charging station that he made out of a fan and a phone charging station from all recycled products. He just went out and got stuff and put it together. Now y'all see that 11 years old. And when you think about if we would just let these children be the geniuses that they are. This right here.
Le fabricant un ventilateur.
Comment le ventilateur marche?
Now they speaking in other tongues that we don't understand, and that's all right. Somebody might, but your desk in 03. Education, folks. Listen, King Coogee is in the room. Come on in here. He is my sire. Love me some you. Come through, King Coogee. If you're not following King Coogee, quit your wicked ways. Listen, because he'll bless your whole life. Check out do y'all see how this baby took pieces of cardboard and just pieces of stuff that he found somewhere and made a phone charging station. Now, y'all, I'm telling you, don't tell me. I want to give it up for this baby right here. And this is what I'll say about black people as, and I'm not trying to, please understand, I'm trying to be racist or anything here. But this is what I'll say about black people. We've always, Kajik, isn't that amazing? We've always been able to take nothing and make something out of it, then darn. That's boss energy right there. We've always, that's why we are some of the most, come on, Stacy, this is brilliant. We've always, from the time that we were brought over here in slavery and before, listen, because I heard Bea Richards say, I wish we could remember how we built the pyramids. Because, baby, at the end of the day, we built them. Don't fool yourself. I don't care what y'all saw on Cleopatra and all of that, and they was looking like a European. We built them. Is that me on the phone wallpaper? Come on. Listen, at the end of the day, this baby did what we've always done. Make something out of nothing with that genius way. And I just want to give it up for him one more time. Y'all see that? Who in the world? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And Truck, thank you for sending that to me. Because listen, at the end of the day, I want y'all to take what this baby has manifested. Oh, that's my word, manifest. What this baby has manifested. I don't care what you have and what you don't have. Baby, I'm telling you, you can come up. Empress, you said that's you. We have always had to make a way out of no way, King Coogee. We've always had to make a way out of no way, period. So this right here, when Truck sent that to me, I was so blessed. And it really spoke to my boss energy, because I don't care. Don't ever think and don't ever say what you can't do by looking at what you have. Because listen, somebody said this to me on yesterday. When it comes to your ability and it comes to your blessing and it comes to your potential, what's in your hand? Come on in here. Come on, Haskell. I appreciate you reacting with Haskell. Thank you for coming in. So much mad love to you, and I love you too already. I looked at that and I said, listen, that's the question I want each of you to begin asking yourselves. Stop talking about what you don't have. Stop talking about what's not happening, and stop looking at I need. And I just want you to ask yourself this one simple question. What's in your hand? Because what's in your hand, just like we see with this little boy right here, some cardboard and some pieces that he got from here, there, and everywhere. Listen, you saw this kid in an episode of MacGyver. Listen, hold my juice box, DJ D-Man. I'm telling you, this is absolutely amazing. 333 Anna, so much love to you, and I'm so glad that you're catching us live. Mad love to you. Come on in here and welcome. And so once more and again, I just want you, look at what this baby has done. Look at what you have. Stop looking at what you don't have. And I'm going to ask you to ask yourselves one more time this very simple question. What's in your hand? What's in your hand? Because I bet you the deposit that's in you is already enough. Cat Ivy, thank you for following. Good to have you here. Hootie Hoo, thank you for following. Glizzy Moss, thank you for following. I bet you have enough in your hand because there was a deposit made in you from the foundation that I promise, you are enough. You are enough. That blessed me, and thank you, Truck, for sharing that. I appreciate you for giving us that information and that visual. Again, it just spoke volumes to me. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. So we could all use more spirituality in our lives. Absolutely. But honey, this is a spiritual crew right here, Cat Ivy. This is a spiritual crew already. SK8843, I'm here to tell you absolutely positively boss energy in action. Now, I appreciate that. Now, I said I'm going to hold that one till a little bit later on because we're going to talk about some money. We're going to talk about money at the end of this stream. So listen, y'all hold on to your weave, hold on to your wig. So I want to share that with you in just another few moments. Coming on down and seeing Truck Driver also put this one in for us. This story, I'm not exactly sure where it has taken place at, but this is another story of recent days where whatever went down. As this caption says, the seniors can't even shop at the grocery store without getting shot. Good. Listen, there's my beautiful friend. Crazy Berrytown is in the room. Listen. Crazy Berrytown is a streamer, y'all. And if you're not following Crazy Berrytown, quit your ways. Because listen, I'm trying to tell you, she's going to bless your whole life. I promise you she will. She will bless your whole entire life. She'll Zumba you to Zion and get your body tight and right. She'll also give you a chit chat and a sip, but she is a principal party to our Good Grief segment that hosts on every Friday. It's on sabbatical right now. But listen, every Friday at 12 noon, you don't want to miss it. Quit them, Tall Pumps. Quit them. Quit them, Crazy Berrytown. Listen, I'm so glad that you're here and so much mad love to you. Now, this story, senior citizens, it's like we can't even go to the grocery store. Are we safe anywhere? Thank you for this story, Truck. And somebody can tell me if I'm trying to look and see. I'm going to look and see if I can find out where this took place. Here we go. Let me give you some volume.
Right here on Alabama Avenue with the Safeway. Another shooting. Innocent woman walking to the Safeway. Older lady shot in the back twice. Because people want to go through doing drive-bys. Same stuff, different day. We're going to have a conversation this Sunday. And I'm going to say what needs to be said because a lot of people are holding back. Listen, this is not acceptable, man. Innocent people keep on getting smashed in our city who ain't got nothing to do with no streets, no nothing. So people crossing the line now. They're crossing the line now, man. Innocent women can't even go to the grocery store. Children shooting children. Adults shooting adults over nothing. It's got to be a wake-up call, man. It's got to be a wake-up call. It's got to be a wake-up call. This is not acceptable. This is not acceptable, man. This is not a norm. It can't be our norm. See y'all Sunday, man.
Okay.
Hey, it's Ron Mo, man.
King Coogee is giving us, he said this is in DC and he knows exactly where this area, where this street is. Now, it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, we don't want to just keep coming back, same story. Z Lady C, come on in here, sis. So much mad love to you. Welcome into the Lion's Den this morning. Love you, love you, love you. And I appreciate you for listening this morning. Go ahead and lurk. We love us some you. Now, this is the thing. We keep going through this scenario where it happens more and more over and over. And I always like to say, let us not become desensitized to the violence. In this instance, from what I can understand, you got shootouts going between the peoples, you know, whatever your beef is with whomever. But listen, when you just come in and start randomly shooting up people and innocent people, a senior citizen in the grocery store trying to buy some groceries, and the next thing you know, you wake up dead or you wake up shot in the back. Shot in the back. In the back. Now, you know, So here we look, and as the brother said, he's trying to get something going to try and counteract this behavior that's going on. Now, you hear him referencing, there used to be a day and a time where you chose your locations to make sure you weren't just hitting up and shooting up random people. There's always that potential when you're shooting that gun, a bullet has no name on it. A bullet is going to go whatever trajectory that you shot it from. And again, and if you can't shoot or you just out here spraying up the house, understand there are innocent people that are being wounded, killed, and hurt for no reason. So I'm hopeful that we will get a grip. I'm hopeful that as this brother is trying to do, whatever he's going to bring to the table to try to counteract this behavior in his community. We talked about this on yesterday or the other day, I don't know what day was it, Tuesday, when I showed the video and I equated that video to what needs to happen in our communities. The young boy that was on his father's back and just lying there, providing no additional help and just having his father do the push-ups. And after a while, dad started strong, but after so many push-ups of that dead weight on his back with no assistance from that dead weight, he became more and more fatigued and more tired and could not continue to pump. So I want us to understand, even when the coach said, now, young man, you help your father push up. You put your hands down there and help your father push up and see how the energy that you're providing to the situation assists in making the change. That's what I want us to take away this week as we talk and as we share different things. Please get that takeaway in your mind. It takes everybody pushing. It takes everybody pushing, because this is a heavy weight, y'all. This is a heavy, heavy weight. So I want us to be attentive to the fact that all hands on deck. I can't just look and sit back while you push up. I can't just ride your back while you push up, but I've got something that I need to contribute to this situation as well. And so I'm happy that this gentleman, this brother, has taken it upon himself in his own heart and mind to get out here in the streets and say, listen, we're going to all push up together. We're going to all come together and figure out what we need to do. Because listen, seniors should not be afraid to go to the grocery store and have fear of getting shot in the back multiple times about something they're not even involved in. So this is what we've got to do, and this is the way we've got to handle it. It is what it is. Let's come together. Now, I'm going to come to Tall Pumps and baby, this right here. Now, it's reported to me. So what's going on? I see hugs going on. I hope everybody's good. Bullets, expensive now too. Either way, it's stupid. Come on. Guns and driver's licenses, and not everyone needs to have them. Someone... Not driver's license. Listen, I think you'll get an amen on that, Empress, because listening to the rants that we get from Rebel, Rebel is definitely not a fan of Dallas drivers. So obviously everybody doesn't need a driver's license, but they surely don't need a gun and they surely don't need bullets. So I'm with you on that. As Rebel likes to say in the stream, I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. This story had you hot, Tall Pumps. You know, I'm gonna tell you what. Lawmakers proposing hanging on a tree as a method of execution. Lawmakers proposing hanging on a tree as a method of execution. I got questions too, Star Simmer Rose. I've got questions. Now, at the end of the day, Stacy 546, I don't believe it's a sick joke, even though some of these people are jokes. Now, why? Oh, why? Yes, Fairly. Yes. Let me see where this is, and let me pull this up. Now, at the end of the day, Tennessee. Tennessee. Tennessee, Fairly all day. This is in Tennessee. Representative Sherrill is proposing. Then darn, I'm gonna give that to you. Listen, because this story right here, as Tall Pump said, it had her hot. Listen. At the end of the day, this is the devil. I couldn't even get into could it be, because babies, this ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. Who thinks that this is a good idea? These people are nuts, Z Lady C. These people are nuts. Now, as I say all the time, for our first time viewers, let me just make it plain. I am not racist. I am not. But I do project the plight of the black community because our house is on fire, and that's the fire that I'm trying to put out. Anybody that wants to help as firemen to put the fire out, you are most welcome to get a bucket, get a hose, and help put the fire out. But the fire is in the black community, and I want anybody to explain to me, after all that we have been through as black folk, hanging from a tree, listen, when my great uncle, and this is a true story, his birthday was yesterday, God rest Uncle Malin's soul, when he left the great state of Texas with his siblings, he took his siblings and fled Texas because he said, and I can remember Uncle Malin telling this story as if it was right now. Uncle Malin would tear up and cry, and he said, when I left the great state of Texas and I brought my siblings, there were 8 black people hanging from the tree. Do you hear and understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? There were 8 black bodies hanging from a tree, and he took his siblings and got out of Dodge and fled to Kansas. Now, can you imagine a young man, the same tree, SK, thank you for that. This is my sister. She's helping me tell this story because that's significant. 8 black bodies hanging from the same tree, and he took his siblings as a child, but the older child himself, and fled to Kansas. Now, Malin, Maylon, Malin Foster. He fled Texas with 8 black bodies hanging from the same tree, and he took his siblings and got out of Dodge. And that's how I ended up in Kansas. His sister was my grandmother. Can you imagine that as a vision, Tall Pumps? And I tell you, Uncle Malin was in his 80s, 70s, and 80s, but he would tell this story quite frequently. Tall Pumps, every time he told the story, the same grief, the same anguish all over his face would come over him as if he was reliving that thing. Do you understand? You talk about like he was reliving that thing, and he would just weep and cry telling that story. That's in my, you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? This is knowledge that I have in my lifetime. I didn't hear it passed down from the ancestors. I heard this spoken from his sweet lips. I heard this spoken from Uncle Malin's mouth himself as he recalled fleeing from Texas to Kansas because 8 black folks were hanging from the same tree. I just listen. So y'all understand the passion that's in me when I talk about this kind of stuff. Because listen, at the end of it all, we ain't talking about something that happened centuries ago. We're talking about stuff that happened in this time. I hugged him. I knew him. I touched him. I felt him. This was my great uncle. 8 black folk hanging from a tree. And somehow, I think people have deluded themselves into thinking we're talking about eons ago. A long, long time, many, many years ago in a kingdom by the sea, a poor lad loved a high young maid, beautiful Annabelle Lee. This ain't no Annabelle Lee up in here. This is real stuff. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? So this kind of tomfoolery, this kind of, and it's not a joke, it's a genuine, put this in the legislative process to see if we can get this passed. Listen, all I can say, oh, Chick, it was heartbreaking. And Uncle Malin was the sweetest thing. But listen, and I know destiny, I know purpose, because at the end of the day, I'm sure my grandfather would not have met my grandmother if they had been, well, they probably would have been possibly lynched and hanging from the tree too. However, at the end of the day, when I tell you the trauma that you could see on Uncle Malin's face every time he would tell that story, and it just got, I feel something welling up on the inside. But every time Uncle Malin would tell that story, and I would listen and I would watch those tears and the weeping. This is a grown, big, burly man weeping. That's real talk, y'all. That's real talk. And I'm going to say it once more and again. This conversation I had with my uncle, my great uncle, in my lifetime. In my lifetime, this is a reality. Your grandma saw her family as well in 1916 Project. Listen, and I have another friend, KB Browns. There's my brother. Come on in here. We're talking about something. But I love you, my brother. Listen, it hurts so deeply, Z Lady C. And for people that are so out of touch that think we're talking about years and years and years and years ago, I remember my good friend's mother, who was, very, very close to me. And she would talk about, she watched her father murdered and lynched. I'm talking about in my lifetime. In my lifetime, in Mississippi, lynched by a white mob. Why do I stop and stress this point? As we look at this, the House Criminal Justice Committee in Tennessee, the legislator is discussing adding this to their, my God, today. And this is why, even when we talk about teaching and understanding, we don't have to talk about history and go historically back and scrape all the way back to when this stuff has happened. I'm going to say it once more and again because I want y'all to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. In my lifetime, I said what I said. For everybody that's confused and for everybody that thinks, and I understand, even as we talk about being over policed and the things that happen in our community, yes, they want more racist porn to watch, SK. They want more racist porn to watch. That's exactly what it is. You're Native American. You have a house still named after your family and your reservation after your. Come on, I love it, Empress Meow. I love it. I love it. I love it. Come through. Unfortunately, there are so many black people that we would have had, but the experience that we had to live through, not only in lynching, but the taking of our properties. I said what I said. Not only the lynching and the violence committed against us, but the taking of our properties that we owned. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? And America does not want to deal with this truth and stop lying. Listen.
Why you always lying?
Stop lying. Oh, KB Brown said the representative came out. Now he's trying to apologize. Sir, you were dastardly enough to propose it. I said what I said. You were dastardly enough to propose it. Don't get in here now and try to act and play like, because, sir, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You went so far as to allow this to be constructed by whoever drew it up, and your lips, hips, and fingertips walked it to the floor and wanted to have it submitted. So miss me with the apology. I said what I said. This is Yes You O Cube, one-on-one, just me and you. So at the end of the day, y'all know how we do. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black because I tells it like it T-I-Z-Tez. Could it be? Could it be? The devil. Now, y'all want to come in here with all this in God we trust and yada, 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 but you don't care about the travesty that's happening to brown and black bodies, but you want to go and sing Near My God to Thee, but you're killing us.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
I can't hear you.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
And it bothers me that Christians, good Christians, are so concerned about me finding Jesus, but you have no care about what's happening to black people in these black communities. I said in my lifetime, 8 black bodies hanging from a tree. I said what I said. My friend's father, she grew up fatherless because a mob killed him, and she wasn't old. Let me clarify that for everybody that thinks I'm talking about seniors. She was not old. She was one of my best friend's mother. And listen, her oldest child was born in 1974. How about that? She's not old. And watched her father be killed by a mob. Y'all, and I ain't talking about way back when. Please be clear on that point. Good morning, K2 Hoop. So much love to you. Come on in here. Now, this is why I'm saying to us, we've got to be vigilant. We've got to be aware. We've got to be on point. Because at the end of the day, I refuse to see our world turned upside down, topsy-turvy, to go back to this type of blatant, overt racism. Why you want to hang people from a tree? Truck driver, tall pumps. I appreciate. We shall not lose ground. SK 8843. And I said it again, I'm not racist. I'm talking on behalf of the black community because our house is on fire, and it ain't on fire by our own hands. Let me make that every whit clear as well. This is because of these mindsets and energies, this racist society that folks don't want to admit and acknowledge exists in this country. But we love Jesus, and I said what I said. Ooh, Lord help me right now. Now, thank you for those stories. Come on, Shelly Thunder. It's good to see you in here this morning. Thank you so much. And I'm going to come back to Dr. Dady's conversation. Now, let me temper this with some good news, Saints. There's some good news happening out here. The white Jesus. We're not even going to deal with that today, Rebel. The white Jesus with the... Ooh. My God, today. Let me just come here for a second. This family right here, the good family. Yes, the good family. I love it. I love it. I love it. Z Lady C, good point. Why would you even think to propose something like that? Because you're racist. And I said what I said. And I'll add to it before I take it back. I'll add to it before I take it back. That's a racist spirit right there. This black family-owned canned beans and vegetable company has expanded to a national brand. I want to give it up for them. Ooh, Tall Pumps, it was tough to speak on because I have personal experience in black folks hanging from a tree. I have personal experience. I appreciate you putting it in there. I do appreciate you putting it in there because even though I have personal experience in my family, of having had to live through and watch and experience the lynching of black folks, it needs to be talked about. It needs and needed to be talked about. So thank you for bringing it to the table. And yes, it is triggering. It is triggering because I can see my Uncle Malin crying right now as if he was sitting in the chair in front of me. And that's why I'm telling people we need to care. Not just because my family experienced it, but at the end of the day, we need to care because I am my brother's keeper, if you want to be spiritual and religious. Now, I'm so happy for this family. And I wanted to bring this in as well, because at the end of the day, this is a beautiful thing. There are so many opportunities and so many things. This company is in Chicago. All my Chicago people in the room, anybody in Chicago area that may know about this particular company and you want to chime in and bring us some additional information here, we will welcome it. But The Good is a black family owned company based out of Chicago since 2003. The Johnson family has dedicated their lives and their careers to providing the highest quality beans and vegetables to our communities. I think this is absolutely beautiful. And I want to bring up this point. Sometimes we're out here and there are so many segments that are untapped. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are so many segments. Uncle Malin was a great man. I'm going to stop right there because I saw that Empress me out. He was a great man. He absolutely positively was. I love me. I love me. I loved me. Some Uncle Malin. And there's always going to be a piece of him, a large piece of him in me. Please believe it. Now, Chi-Town is present and in the house. Come on here, honey, 41. I got some other Chi-Town in here. This is what I want to say. So many times there are opportunities. Now, many of us would say, who's out here canning vegetables? And what's to be done and had in canning vegetables? A whole entire business. I want to express, especially to the black community, why does everybody try to replicate something where the market is already saturated? Why are so many of us trying to follow in markets that are already saturated? Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? So it's like, can I say this? You don't use canned food, so that might be the reason. I got you, Tall Pumps. And Tall Pumps is from Chi-Town too, for anybody that doesn't know. So listen, clothes, makeup, Star Simmer Rose. There are so many, and I get it. You know, anybody that understands canning of foods, you're talking about particularly high levels of sodium. It just is. For those of you all that are struggling and fighting high blood pressure and hypertension, leave the canned foods alone if you can. But there is something powerful about the fact that, and let's keep it real. I would love to see, can we get some more black farmers? Can we do that? And I know there's a whole lot of, rigmarole around that, where we can get fresh vegetation organically that we don't have to pay 2 arms and 2 legs for. Can we listen? Can we look and start tapping into some other areas that we can find a means to create business and have good quality businesses? Listen, even though, as I say, canned goods, many of us are not using them because of the fact of the sodium that's in it. We understand. I'm still very happy that this family has done something since 2003 that is now able to provide and go national, provide income and economics in the black community. I applaud that all day long. I do. And I wanted to bring this. You've heard that the products, you've heard of their products. Good. Vinegar replaces salt. Come on with pickling. I got you, Empress Meow. I missed your earlier comments, but I'm assuming you're talking about pickling. Because listen, my aunts and mom them, they canned and pickled. So I relate to what you're saying there. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying to us, oh, no, you don't have to apologize. I just didn't read. When I saw vinegar, I figured that you were talking about pickling, because I'm from the country. So I got country ways. You understand? I got country ways. So when I saw that, that's the first thing popped in my mind. Now, I'm saying to us, get out of the saturated market, because there are so many ways and so many places that you can economically impact the world without having to do it the same way that everybody else is doing it. There are so many open avenues. That's why I wanted to stop and talk about this particularly, because I like the idea that they found a lane that was outside of the typical, and somebody said makeup. Everybody's doing makeup. Let me take the devil down and Dick Dastardly, because listen, this is a good story I'm sharing here, and I hope that you all can flow with it. The idea that there is a place and there is a space. Listen, we had a whole grocery store in the root cellar. Absolutely, SK. They'd send you down in the cellar and you go pull something up out of the cellar. She's telling y'all the truth. We had a whole grocery store in the root cellar, and they would can and they would pickle, and you could walk in the cellar. Now that was dug out in the ground. So anybody that know what a cellar is, it was dug out in the ground, and we'd open that door, walk down them dug out dirt steps, and go down there. And when you looked around, you saw nothing but canned food, just like a grocery store for days. That's the way I grew up. That's the way I lived. That's what I know. So some of y'all, that sounds totally foreign to you. Additionally, now let me add to that. If I went to my grandfather's house, that also meant I had to use the outhouse, and we didn't have any electricity inside. We had to know how to light that lantern and clean the wick. Y'all don't know nothing about all of that either. But at the end of the day, I understand the concept of going down in the cellar and looking around and seeing a whole entire grocery store that fed us all the time. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know anything about being hungry. We had seedlings down there to plant. Come on here, Empress. You better talk. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. SB 1987. Come on in here. So much mad love to you. SB 1987 is a streamer. If you're not following SB 1987, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, because I'm telling you, he will bless your whole entire life. So much love to you. Listen, Mom had our cellar stocked MCP 812. These are my cousins. That's my cousin. My sister's talking. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, you're also half Italian, so you had tomatoes all summer. Come through, Empress Meow. So at the you come for the quit your wicked ways. Let me give it to you, sir. Quit your wicked ways. Quit them. So listen, now this I'm going to say, because as we look at the economy going through all the changes and the prices are steadily rising, some of y'all need to go and learn how to can. Some of us out there on the farm need to figure out how to dig you a cellar and start canning and pickling. Am I talking to anybody? And listen, they didn't just have enough for us to eat. They passed it around to the peoples in the community. I got enough for my family. I got enough for your family. I got enough for everybody's family. So this is a place where if we get your mason jars on, that's what I'm talking about, Empress Meow. I got a mason jar in my kitchen sitting on my sink right now, even as we speak, Empress Meow, a mason jar. Don't forget about the preserves. Pastor Damon Blissett is in the house. This brother is a streamer on YouTube. If you're not following Pastor Damon Blissett on YouTube, quick, ways. Listen, Damon, Pastor Blissett, my uncle, as long as my mother lived, would not eat store-bought jelly. My mother would make homemade jelly and jams every year, and she would send that to my uncle, and that is the only, my Uncle Horace would not eat not one drop, not one piece of jelly or preserves from the store. My mother made his supply once a year and sent it to him, and that's all he ate. Y'all don't know nothing about what I'm talking about. Listen, ain't no moonshine. KB Browns, ain't no moonshine in that jar. Ain't no moonshine. It's more better with Retta. Come on in. Oh, and don't talk to me about no apple butter. I will not eat apple butter from the store, but if y'all ever had this homemade apple butter that I'm talking about, y'all will tear some apple butter up, because that apple butter was the business. Come on, it's Mo Better with Retta. She is a streamer, y'all. And if you're not following Mo Better with Retta, quit your wicked ways and go out there and follow her. Let her bless your life. Now, coming back to this idea of canning and doing all of your preservatives, listen, I'm telling you, DJ Tone Love is in the room, first time in chatting. Good morning, so much mad love coming to you. I love you. Come on in here and welcome into the Lion's Den. Come on, Kai Chick, your mother made apple butter. Some of y'all don't know nothing about what I'm talking about, but some of y'all don't know nothing about good eating. All y'all know is this store-bought mess. And I'm trying to tell you, there's some good stuff out there. I almost feel like we need to have a return to the days class and teach people how to get in and produce some things for yourselves and some quality for your family. Because at the end of the day, these preservatives that y'all are putting in your bodies are killing you. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? All these preservatives that you're putting in chemicals that you're eating, I'm telling you, it's killing you. That's why we got all these maladies and diseases we ain't never seen before. Come on. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. So I'm so proud of them. Coming back to the Good family out of Chicago, I appreciate that they have now done enough since 2003. Do y'all hear that? So from 2003 to 2023, they've taken this last 20 years. They've taken this last 20 years to create a company that is now going national. Come on, SK8843. Quality foods for our community. Let's go. And I'm going to give that an applause. Quality foods for our community, because sometimes, now y'all pay attention to this, in the food desert areas, which is usually in the impoverished areas and high in the black poor areas, notice that all you can get is unhealthy food. Do y'all understand that? All you get, potato chips. We'll sell you 2 big old bags of grease, a heart attack in a bag. We'll sell you 2 big old bags of that, 2 for $1. So you can clog up all your arteries and fall out and die. You know, but listen, you understand what I'm saying? When we talk about quality, homegrown, organic food, But I understand what's in my neighborhood because I don't have transportation to drive across town. Come on, y'all. I want to, let's break this down and let's talk about the reality of it. I don't have transportation to drive across town. So at the end of the day, thank you for checking them out, Honey 41. Let's give them all the support that we can in our community. If you're going to buy some goods, if you're going to buy some canned goods, please get it from the Good family. Please get it from the Good family if at all possible. So, ooh, Cassandra done come in here. She cha-cha. Put a 1 in the chat if you've had some good cha-cha. Put a 1 in the chat if you've, some of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Y'all think I'm speaking in other tongues. You thought I've gone off into the spirit and talk about something you have no. If you've had some good cha-cha, because baby, ain't nothing like some good cha-cha. If you had some good cha-cha, put a 1 in the chat because baby, cha-cha will elevate you. Cha-cha. Listen, cha-cha. And I ain't talking about the cha-cha slide. Some of y'all confused. You talking about the cha-cha? No, I ain't talking about the cha-cha slide. I'm talking about some good cha-cha. Honey, cha-cha will bless your life. Come on, I see you, SK. I see you. Come on. I see you, MCP812. I see you, BTD Mom. I see you, Dr. Dady, Z Lady C, Cassandra Woke Empress. Listen, y'all don't know. Y'all thought I was talking about Cha-Cha Slide. Come on. But I'm trying to tell you. You get some good canned beats. Now, some of y'all don't like beats because whoever made your beats didn't know how to make them. If you had some good homemade canned beats, baby, you'll tear them jokers up. Pickles. Now, I'm getting ready, but jelly, apple butter, pickled okra. Ooh, listen, you ain't pickled okra. Oh, my God. Get you some homemade pickled okra. Y'all got, listen, I'm salivating right now. I am salivating right now. And I'm having, listen, I could start singing Precious Memories. I can start singing Precious Memories, how they linger. Y'all got me up in here. Just my mouth is literally walling. I'm juicy right now. My lips are, I'm like Pavlov's dogs. Y'all talking about some good stuff up in here. Now, let me say this. Even when you start talking about pickles, now, let me tell you, and some of y'all don't know, somebody said Popeyes. Star Simmer Rose. So, heart attack in a bag. That's what it is. Heart attack in a sack, Z Lady C. It's heart attack in a sack. And that's what they sell us in our impoverished communities, and then don't want to give us good health care and wonder why we dying from heart attacks left and right. Yeah, heart attack in a sack took you out. Now, beets, arugula, goat cheese. Come on, Empress, y'all better talk. Clog those arteries, then put us, come on. You know what I'm talking about, KB Brown's. And KB Brown's wife is a doctor. I want to have her in here someday soon and very soon. But I'm talking some real talk in here. You're from the city and y'all eat differently. I get it. There's a whole lot of people that have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm getting ready to turn the corner here because while we talking about pickles, my Aunt Ruth made watermelon rind pickles. Now, y'all don't know nothing about that. Some of y'all, even with the canning community, y'all don't know nothing about that. If you've ever seen, heard, or eaten watermelon rind pickles, put a 1 in the chat. If you've ever seen, heard of, or eaten watermelon rind pickles, baby, when I tell you Aunt Ruth would tear them jokers up. Watermelon rind pickles. Come on, Crystal Method. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, MC. I know you know MCP812. See, y'all like, nope, you don't know nothing about that. Pastor Blissett, I got one on you. I thought I was going to turn a curve and probably throw mama from the train. Yes, watermelon. When we talk about God wastes nothing, I'm going to tell you that also Black folks learn how to waste nothing. And you talk now, people would say, honey, don't eat the watermelon rind. That'll make you sick. Baby, you get you some watermelon rind. Shelly Thunder. Shelly Thunder. Towel pumps is good. You better ask somebody. You better ask somebody. You don't know what you missing, girl. But listen, some of this stuff that I'm saying, you got to have somebody that knows what they're doing. Because the difference between good food and bad food many times is the cook. I said what I said. The difference many times between good food and bad food is the cook. It's not the food, it's who cooked it and how they prepared it. So listen, I said what I said, and I'll add to it. Keisha Key, there's my sunshine. I'll add to it before I take it back. The difference, y'all say, ooh, I don't eat that. That's nasty. Your cook might have been. It's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The one and only Keisha Key. The difference between good food and bad food many times ain't nothing but the cook. So I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. They used to tell us we ate watermelon seeds and watermelon would grow in our stomach. Listen, Top Bumps, they told us some of everything, but at the end of the day, listen, I ain't lying, SB 1987. The difference between good food and bad food is who cooked it. Because if you get somebody that knows how to cook, baby, stuff you said you'll never eat, you'll tear it up. And I know what I'm talking about. Now, listen. It's 8:30. I want to come around because I want to talk about something that Dr. Dady put in. And I want to talk about this a little bit because I think in many instances, we don't even know. Let me come back and get, did you put that? I think you put it in news from viewers. I wanted, when I saw this, I cannot at this point honestly say that I fact checked this and found out the validity of what's being said, because number one, anytime I see something presented by Fox News, my eyebrows are raised. Anytime if I see Tucker Carlson, excuse me so much, my eyebrows are raised anytime, because listen, at the end of the day, Empress Meow, we said we were poor, but we really were not. And I say that from the standpoint, like I said, we did a lot of things that maybe city folk didn't want to do. The canning. Yes, we used to, at my grandfather's house and at my auntie's house, we had to go out to the pump. MCP 812 can tell you I'm not lying. We had to go out to the pump and pump water. It wasn't a matter of just walking up to a faucet and turning the faucet handle on and off. We had to go out to the pump and pump that water and carry it in. And as we said, haul water, just somebody go out there and haul some water. Double Spirit, there's my double portion. Come on in here. So much mad love to you. Good to see you. And this is the moderator for none other than Dr. Dady Priest. Good to have you in the room this morning. Now, we had to go out and pump water. And for some, they would say y'all was poor. But really, I realized how rich we were, because when I tell y'all, I don't watch Fox News. Somebody put this in the chat for me. So I'm going to run this beautiful bean footage, but I really want to talk about it. Your grandmother grew up in the colored only South. I see you, Star Simmer Rose. And so at the end of the day, I've never been hungry in my life. I've never, not from childhood. I don't know anything about it. And even though we may have eaten canned foods, we had to go, listen, went out in the morning to get the eggs from the hen, from the hen house, get the eggs and bring them in and cook them fresh. Y'all don't know nothing about that. And then kill the chicken, wring their neck, pluck them, cook it for dinner. Y'all don't know anything about, we had, listen, Aunt Grace and Uncle Virgil had rabbit pens. Y'all ain't ready for me. And that's where they bred rabbits. After we got beyond the point, we burned our trash. Absolutely, Damon, Pastor Blissett. We burned our trash in the backyard. My dad had a pit. Then we graduated to a big old can. But listen, we burned our trash in the backyard. Y'all just don't know what I'm talking about. Go out and get the chicken, wring their neck, bring it in. Go out to the field and pull the corn straight off the stalk. And if you've never had fresh, sweet corn straight off the stalk, because I'm telling y'all, what y'all getting in the store is not it. What y'all getting even at the market is not it. There's nothing like going out there in that field and pulling that corn straight off the stalk, shucking that joker, dropping it down in some boiling water and eating it straight. That's some good eating. Honey 41, you said, no, man, we don't know nothing about that. That's the way I was raised. That was the way I was raised. And they slaughtered them rabbits, and we ate rabbit for breakfast like y'all eat all this bacon and egg and bacon and sausage. And then, come on, let me go here. If you talk about sausage, some of y'all, I'm going to reach way back. The sausage maker was that grinder that was attached to the kitchen counter, and you saw them put the seasoning and all the meat in, and they ground it up, and what you got was sausage. Y'all don't know nothing about that. That's how we got sausage. It was homemade and fresh. We weren't poor. And I didn't realize that until I got grown, because when I looked and I listened and I watched other people's upbringing, yes, we had to work a little bit harder to get what we had, but we were not poor, because I've never, ever, 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 ever gone without food my whole entire life. I don't know what that is. So, you know, we had to do a little bit more because we grew our own. And then even as far, my uncle Virgil raised cows, my dad raised pigs, and every year we would slaughter. All I knew was fresh meat. I see you, BTD mom. All we knew was fresh meat. Y'all don't know nothing about that. And I understand, for you to get fresh meat, you got to go pay an arm and a leg for it. We didn't pay an arm and a leg for it. We just went out in the back, loaded that joker up on the truck, took that thing to butcher, and we had fresh meat. So the deep freezers were full of food, John, and that's the truth. And so as I look at that, and I know a lot of people would look at that and say, "Oh, y'all was poor," but we really were not, and we were richer than we even realized we were. So I tell you, it was a beautiful memory for me. And there's a part of me that would love to go back to that, for real. There's a part of me that would love to go back to that. So you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And again, for city life, that may sound completely foreign, but there's something that's just so beautiful about it. It's a different type of poor. I hear you. It's a different type of poor. But God is good. God is good. Whatever way you cut it, star, simmer, rose. Now I'm going to roll this beautiful bean footage, because I can talk about this all day, because this is the way I grew up. It truly, truly is. It's the way I grew up, and I love it. I absolutely, positively love the experience. And that, I believe, is what gives me the community that I experience right now, even with you all. Because guess what? When you walk in the room, you speak to somebody. I don't know anything about walking through a room and folks sitting everywhere and I ain't spoke to nobody. I don't know anything about that, because my rural upbringing taught me, when you walk in the room, you speak to somebody. My rural upbringing taught me a lot of things. When we ride down the street, and I have to catch myself to this day, you wave at the folk. It don't matter. You wave at everybody. And I'll be in the big city and I'll be looking at honey. I have to catch myself and stop waving. Folk looking at me. But you know what? Let me say this, and I'm gonna move on to the story. What I have found, when I do that, 9 times out of 10, people wave back. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Even though it's not customary in the city, and that's the way we do. I don't care. You know, your car passes y'all wave. Because when you walk in the room, even if you're driving down the street, speak to somebody. So I found, again, that even when I'm in areas where they don't do that, that 9 times out of 10, if I wave, people wave back. So think how we could change the world if we would just do something that may seem a little odd to others, but at the end of the day, it could be something so small and simple to change the world. And I'm going to say that. You couldn't step your foot in your mama's door unless you spoke first K2 hoop. And listen, my mama wasn't having it. When you walk in the room, and sometimes I have to just catch myself. I have to really catch myself, because it's a different generation and it's a different time. And these kids know absolutely positively nothing about that concept. And, you know, at first my little energy would get riled up. Then I had to remember, this is not their training. This is not their home training. This is not the way they're raised. They don't know about walking in the room and speaking to somebody. So I had to calm myself down. So your mom would hang up the phone if someone called and didn't speak. Listen, you speak to somebody. That pump water, you could taste the limestone from the underground where the water was coming from. We had a fresh well, Pastor Blissett. We had a fresh well. We had the biggest well in the town. You know, we're going to have to fight some water rights, because the town, now that we're not there every day, the town has come and put their water station right there next to our well, and I'm sure they're tapping off of it, and I'm sure we're gonna have to sue somebody's tail for our water rights, because water, anybody that's got land and you got water on your land, you have water rights. Please believe it, and don't forget that. Now let me come on and let me get this real. Listen, if you smile at folks, they'll smile back. Tall pumps, y'all better talk to me in here. offer connectivity to our community. I love it. Let me read these real quick because y'all really talking. You were getting offended when others wouldn't speak back. That was me, honey, 41. But I had to learn, if they haven't been taught to speak to somebody, they're not going to speak. Let them go. Just let them go. Just let them go. You were raised around your elders and your family members. I hear you, double spirit. Well water is totally different. Tall pumps. When you got a nice fresh well, not a cistern, not a whatever. You got a nice fresh well. It makes all the difference in the world, and that's some good stuff. All right, now let me get to this story because I want to talk about this real quickly. Again, I don't know if this is accurate because it's Tucker and his peepers. But at the end of the day, I do want to talk about the concept. The people that don't smile ain't nothing but the devil. KB Browns, they may be having a bad day. They may be heart torn. They may be in grief. They may be in sorrow. I don't know why you're not smiling, but it doesn't hurt me to give you one, even if I don't get one back. How about that? It doesn't hurt me to give you one, even if I don't get a smile back. Now let's listen at this, because this tomfoolery right here, I want us to pay attention, and I want to talk about this for just a hot second because it's almost time to go over to Rebel's house, and we want to be on time.
More controlling and more invasive. It's a little bit like bringing up a corral around us. And CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and vaccine passports or digital IDs are sort of the last shutting of the gate. It's hard for many people to imagine the risks here because we're so used to living with financial transaction freedom, and we don't understand that when this gate closes on us, we literally will be sitting in a system where the central banks believe that our assets belong to them, and they can dictate where we can spend money and what we can spend money on. The important thing to understand is central bank digital currencies are not currencies. It's a financial transaction control grid, and it gives the ability for the central bankers, and they've said this publicly, the ability to not only set the rules centrally, but enforce the rules centrally. If you don't behave, you can have your money turned off. So if you've enjoyed liberty, it's very hard to perceive this iceberg before you hit it. And that's why it's so important, and I commend you for talking about CBDCs. We need to not let the propaganda persuade us that, one, this is convenient, or two, that we need this, or three, not only the dangers of CBDCs, but the opportunities if we start to reverse financial tyranny. The reality, as the financial system gets more controlling and more invasive, it's a little bit like bringing up a corral around us. And CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and vaccine passports or digital IDs are sort of the last shutting of the gate. It's hard for many people to imagine the risks here because we're so used to living with financial transaction freedom, and we don't understand that when this gate closes on us, we literally will be sitting in a system where the central banks believe that our assets belong to them, and they can dictate where we can spend money and what we can spend money on. The important thing to understand is central bank digital currencies are not currencies. It's a financial transaction control grid, and it gives the ability for the central bankers, and they've said this publicly, the ability to not only set the rules centrally, but enforce the rules centrally. If you don't behave, you can have your money turned off. So if you've enjoyed liberty, it's very hard to perceive this iceberg before you hit it. And that's why it's so important, and I commend you for talking about CBDCs. We need to not let the propaganda persuade us that, one, this is convenient, or two, that we need this, or three, not only the dangers of CBDCs, but the opportunities if we start to reverse financial tyranny. The reality.
Now, I'm coming here, and I'm going to come out. So I'm coming here because I want to have a conversation. So let's talk about what she's talking about. CBDC, central bank digital currency, central bank digital currency. Now, if you know what fiat currency is, put a 1 in the chat. If you know what fiat currency is, put a 1 in the chat. She's talking about the central bank digital currency, which a lot of people are putting together. Now, I'm not so much going to, Empress, get into the fear baiting that she's doing, even though I do want y'all to pay attention. If you know what fiat currency is, put a 1 in the chat. So let's talk about this. So many of you know cryptocurrency, right? If come on, Empress, thank you. So if you know what cryptocurrency is, put a 1 in the chat. If you're familiar with cryptocurrency, put a 1 in the chat. If you're familiar with cryptocurrency, put a 1 in the chat. I want to talk about this, and let me tell you why. I realize they're having a conversation that a lot of Black people really don't even know what she's talking about. They really don't know what this conversation is surrounding. So, okay, a lot of you know, come on, Miss Lily Fields, come through. Good to see you this morning. Mad love to you, mad love to you, mad love to you. Okay, I see Empress, I see Dendarn, DJ Rollum, Z Lady C, I see KB Browns, come on, Miss Lily Fields, Pastor Blissett, K2 Hoop, Hootie Hoo, Truck Driver, Shelly Thunder. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about real quickly, because the essence of what they're talking about. Now, fiat currency, that I see only one individual put a 1 in the chat for fiat currency. You can go ahead and Google it, because I want you to understand what's going on and what this conversation is about. Many countries, and this is why people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and I'm going to say that. Many countries are going to CBDCs. We're not talking about pot. For those that think I'm talking about some kind of oil and the hemp and the herbs and the spices and groceries and trees, that's not what I'm talking about. The CBDCs here is talking about currencies. Come on, Empress Meow, I got to make it plain, because somebody said, "Oh, I heard her talking about CBD oil. I heard her talk." No. I'm talking about money. Show me the money. I'm talking about money today. Now, this is why I want y'all to pay attention. Because so many times you can get an idea of what's going on in our society by what you start hearing. You get an idea by listening to what folks are talking about in mainstream white America. Why is this so important? Okay, so you guys know about cryptocurrency because you have those exchanges out there that are offering cryptocurrency. So this is what I want you all. Yes, no. It is central banking digital currency. So it's CBDC. Okay, central banking digital currency. It's CBDC. Now, why do I want to stop and have this conversation? Now, they're fear baiting over here for white folks to get them all in an uproar. I shouldn't say that. For people to get them in an uproar because they're getting ready to control your money. Now, this is something I want y'all to pay attention to, because, again, some of us are going to wake up to it after it's already a done deal and then be like, when did that happen? You see them out here talking about it in broad open daylight. But at the end of the day, a lot of people don't know what it is. So there's little attention given to it. And I want to thank Dr. Dady Priest for giving me that clip. It is exactly, Empress Meow. It's government-backed digital currency. So it's the difference between crypto, where you have different smaller groups now just for backing from different ones that are offering their digital currency. That's their offering. When we start talking about the central banking digital currency, it's backed, and it's the central government. The government is basically backing that currency, but it's still digital currency. Now, what we're talking about is the idea that central banking digital currency is going to replace regular currency, okay? Because the idea of things going digital, the idea is that the government central banking digital currency issued by the government is going to come out and replace regular currency. Now, the fear mongering that they're creating in this piece that you saw is that then the government will be able to completely control how you use your money. If they don't like the way you're using your money, they will just digitally cut your digital currency off. They'll just disconnect. Bam, you have no more money. They just shut it down. Now, that's basically what this conversation is about. So I wanted to first and foremost, before we get into, and this is out in my, Dr. Dady put this in news from viewers if you want to go out there and look at it. Digital can be hacked. I hear you talking, KB Browns. I'll say even your regular currency, it can be hacked too. So how about that? I've got some people right here in the stream that have had their money hacked from the currency that we're currently using. So just be clear on that. I'm not going to necessarily push or play one against the other. There are pros and cons all the way around. Hackers are going to hack. Hackers are going to hack. So whether it's out of your bank account that has no digital in there, or whether we're talking about digital currency from a central banking digital currency system, hackers are going to hack. So at the end of the day, I want you to be aware, because again, even as we talk about fiat capital, is that capital that is backed by the government, digital currency that is backed by the company. So by the country, rather, by the government. The government is what I want to use. So if you understand, I look at that and I say, so what happens if your government okay, so let me make that even more clear, because somebody's still confused about what I'm saying. In the United States, our currency is backed by gold. Our currency is backed by, you have to have something that's backing that currency. You can't make more currency than what you have to back it up, if that makes sense. You can't have more, or you're not supposed to have more currency in circulation than what you have gold or something to secure. Gold is usually the most commonly used. You have to have something in the government's till to back the currency that they have flowing out there in circulation. Now, I hear you, Empress Meow, not anymore. That's the idea, that it's currency that is backed by something that gives it its value. Okay, that gives it its value. Come on, it's backed by national debt. So again, come on, FDIC. That's when you get that federally insured. So this is where we're looking and saying now we're shifting over to an idea. Empress Meow. Come on, I need you talking, because I love the idea. Come on, currency is also backed by oil. It's backed by gold. That's why I said whatever, you have other things that it's backed by. What most people see, Fort Knox. If I say money and the backing of government money for the United States, most of y'all going to think about Fort Knox, and you automatically start thinking about gold. And then there's $64,000 question. Is there any gold in Fort Knox? Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Is there any gold actually in Fort Knox? But anyway, that's the idea, and that's what we've pushed and propagated all this time. We got enough gold, we got enough oil, we got enough whatever else you're looking at to say this money is backed. So when you talk about fiat, currency, you're talking about, again, we're in the digital arena, and it's backed, you're basically saying it's backed by the strength of the government. It's backed by the strength of the government. So they're in the digital, and again, you have the central distribution of this digital currency from the government. Okay, so the debate that they're having here with Tucker is an idea that countries, there are, let me see what countries have gone. There are countries that I want to say the Bahamas have gone to digital currency, a CD, central banking digital currency. Let me see who is using CB. What countries? I want to see what countries. There are some countries that have already made the shift. And so I don't want y'all to be the last ones to understand and know what's going on and what's going on in the place of currency and money. So let me put in what countries, if I could type. I'm gonna ask y'all because I'm it's not giving me what. Oh, you know what? I put it in wrong. I typed it in wrong. Somebody put it in. Go out in Bahamas. I know the Bahamas are. Thank you, Z Lady C. Go out and put in. Do that for me so I can keep talking because I can't walk and chew gum at the same time right now. This is something that is transitioning in the field of finance and currency. The Bahamas, Nigeria. Thank you, Fairly All Day. So I want us to understand how this is working and how this will and can impact us. Now, what Tucker Carlson and the lady were saying is that India, thank you. Keep it coming. For those, thank you. I appreciate that. So as we're talking about the transition of finance and money is transitioning. Now, I know for a lot of you that are in the exchanges, those are the ones you know for certain. Thank you, Fairly All Day. So come on, Empress, you don't have to behave. Come on and talk to me. DJ P-Foo is in the house. That's my streamer. That's my guy. If you're not following DJ P-Foo, quit your wicked ways, because he will bless your whole life. I love me some you, DJ P-Foo. Come on in here and good morning to you. You don't have to behave because Empress Meow, this is something I wanted to address. When I saw that Dr. Dady had put this clip in, I said, this is a good conversation for us to have, not so much from the standpoint of the fear mongering that they're trying to create. Ooh, when they go to digital currency issued by the government, they just going to control your money. We don't, you know, that's always the talking point. We don't want to be controlled. They're going to control your money. They're going to control your lives. They're going to control. So that part right there means nothing to you as a viewer if you don't really understand what it is that they're talking about. So I said, this is a good opportunity to stop and have this conversation, because I would venture to say that more times than not in the Black community, we have no idea when you start talking about central banking, digital currency. You have no idea what we're talking about. You have no idea what fiat currency is. Those are just words that mean absolutely nothing to you. Now, why do I find significance that Tucker Carlson and this woman have brought this to the platform to talk about? Because obviously, pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Pay attention. If they are Fish-Eyed Fool is in the room, come on in here. So much mad love to you. Come through. Z Lady C, you got China, India, Nigeria, and the Bahamas. Thank you. Y'all just keep on putting the information in there, because this is what we do in the Lion's Den. People are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So this is where the rubber meets the road, that I need you to educate yourself even in this area. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to say this again. If they're talking about this on Tucker Carlson and Fox News, there's a reason why they're talking about it on Fox News. Hear me when I say this. There's a reason why there's a rumbling that's going on around what's going on with government-backed digital currency. Okay, there's something that's in the air about central. The problem with digital currencies is that they have to be spent to be worth anything. And that's a good point. Come on, that's a good point. Because if you're not spending it, it really doesn't exist. How about that? You know, at the end of the day, yes. Can you see if Sweden is using it yet? So at the end of the day, understand how all of this is switching around. And I would not have you to be ignorant, my brethren. I would not have you to be ignorant, my sisterin. I don't want you to be oblivious, because if this conversation is going on in Fox News, there's a buzz out there about digital. And so at the end of the day, when the government, and for those of you that are in crypto, that are put out there by those markets and platforms, that's their private. And notice that, for what it's worth, The issue that the government-backed digital will then be battling all of those different individual markets in their digital. You're old school. You need to see your money. Disco Darren is in the room. So much mad love to you. Come through, come through, come through. Sweden and Japan are about to start. Z Lady C, thank you for that. And many more governments are going to this. Now, do y'all hear the rumbling? Disco Darren is a streamer, y'all. If you're not following Disco Darren, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, and y'all go out there and follow this brother. Love me some him. Good morning to you. Now, it's almost time for us to get out of here. I needed to break that down. Sweden and Japan are about to start. Now, let me say this. Now, as we look at all the folks that are about to start, why, oh, why? I am Robin C. So much mad love to you. Come through, come through. That's okay. Michelle Brownow's in the room. Good morning to my sisters. Y'all coming in here. We're getting ready to head to Rebels, but I appreciate y'all coming in. Thank you, Disco Darren, even as you're doing your physical therapy. I appreciate you. You have about 20 years left to rest up. Now, so this, Canada is using it. This is what I want y'all to pay attention to. Why do you think Tucker and them are talking about it? Y'all need to pay attention because obviously the US of A is in line. Don't y'all play. Don't y'all play. Don't y'all play. Please hear what they're not saying. Please hear it. Please hear what must be going on and rustling in the background. They've brought this up as an issue to talk about on Fox News because obviously there's a roaring in the land that is looking at the United States of these here Americas transitioning over to central backed digital currency. So y'all pay attention. That's why I wanted to stop. That's why I wanted to really have a conversation around why, oh, why does Tucker and this woman feel it essential to have this conversation? So even though I know I get stay away from Fox News, they're not my place where I get my information, but I will say this, read between the lines. That's what I'm saying to you, tall pumps. Read between the lines. So understand if they thought it essential to have this conversation on Fox News, even though we're not talking about it in the black community, even though we don't even fully understand it for some in the black community, please understand the water is troubled. Something is happening and something is getting ready to happen. Please believe it. Pay attention. The water is troubled and something is beginning to happen. So pay attention. But I just wanted to stop this morning and just have the conversation so that you could know exactly what it is that we're talking about here. Because a lot of people that do not understand central bank digital currency, you've never even heard of it, some of you, until today. DJ Miss Classy, come through, come through, come through. Oh my goodness, on the way out the door, but here we go. Come through, come through.
Hey, right now, going out to the entire set. Going out to the whole entire set. In my line, family. Let's see it's called the set slide. Don't step on over to your right.
To the right.
Step on over to your left.
To the left. Hey, 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 hey. Now walk it on back. Immaculate one, I see you. And to all the Raiders that are coming through, so much mad love to you, so much mad love to you. Come through, come through. Welcome, Raiders and DJ Miss Classy. Thank you so much for that raid. Mad love to you. Thank you for bringing your family through, and happy Thursday to you. DJ Miss Classy is a streamer, y'all. If you're not following DJ Miss Classy, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways because she will bless your whole life. I promise you she will. Thank you so much for coming through. Mad love to you, and to everybody that rode that raid train over, mad love to you as well. So let me come back. Now we're talking again. I wanted you all to be central bank digital currency. I want you to be at least privy and exposed to the idea. One reason the Bishop of Twitch is here. Come through. That is the Bishop. And I said it before. I'll say it again. If you're not following one reason, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, because he's going to bless your whole life. I love me some you. Miss Sexy E, come on in here, and thank you for coming. I appreciate you for riding that raid train over, and welcome to the chat. Now, we're talking about central bank digital currency. Central bank digital currency. I want y'all to at least expose yourselves to the concept. Fiat currency, understand what it is. It's current digital currency that's backed by the strength of the government. But we're not talking about any kind of gold, oil, or anything else to hold it up to insure it. The Federal Reserve has been looking at it for a while. Thank you, I am Robin C. And I appreciate everybody that can come in and lend to this conversation, because that part right there, for those that are oblivious, have never heard it, and if you've never heard it before, you've heard it here today. Educate yourself. Fairly All Day, they have been considering this in the USA since all the way back in 2020. The director of the Reserve, wait a minute, it flew off for me. The director of the Reserve Bank of India said that the above 105 countries. Come on. So I want y'all to pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. I think you said something earlier. The US has been for some time now looking at this. It looks like there are 105 countries that are currently using it or about to. So y'all, I don't want you to be ignorant. I do not want you to be oblivious. Please know what's going on. Understand it. If I didn't do anything else, I hope I gave you at least a basic understanding of the concept. I hope that I at least gave you a basic understanding of the concept. So then once you now have, let me play it one more time. And if you have the understanding, and we're going to head over to Rebels in just a second, I'm going to play it one more time, and hopefully it may have a different concept to you now than possibly it did before. But let's come back and look at it one more time, and then we're going to get out of here. So this is the discussion being held over in Tucker Carlson's, and they're debating and arguing that this move is going to take us to a place of the government controlling, shutting on and off whenever they feel like it. And here we go once more and again, and we're getting out of here.
Financial system gets more controlling and more invasive. It's a little bit like bringing up a corral around us, and CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and vaccine passports or digital IDs are sort of the last shutting of the gate. It's hard for many people to imagine the risks here because we're so used to living with financial transaction freedom, and we don't understand that when this gate closes on us, we literally will be sitting in a system where the central banks believe that our assets belong to them, and they can dictate where we can spend money and what we can spend money on. The important thing to understand is central bank digital currencies are not currencies. It's a financial transaction control grid, and it gives the ability for the central bankers, and they've said this publicly, the ability to not only set the rules centrally, but enforce the rules centrally. If you don't behave, you can have your money turned off. So if you...
Now, I want to make this comment, Disco. Crypto is not what we're talking about, and that's why I wanted to try to make this clear. Cryptocurrency is not what I'm talking about. Crypto is a digital currency. Crypto is a digital currency, but we talk about central bank digital currency. We're talking about fiat, F-I-A-T. Write that down, F-I-A-T. This is fiat currency. And that's why I wanted to make this, because a lot of y'all going to think, oh, I'm already in crypto. This is not crypto. Crypto is backed by those particular markets that are selling the crypto. Okay, let's be clear, because listen, this is how we get twisted. Because you'll say, oh, my 15-year-old knows about about crypto. This is not crypto. Listen. So crypto is controlled by those markets that are selling them. Okay. Crypto is controlled, which it makes it even, well, I'm not even gonna get in that conversation because I said we were gonna go over the rebels because I don't want to. So yeah, F-I-A-T, fiat currency is what we're addressing here. When the central bank. So once more and again, let me come back because I need us to be clear. Central bank digital currency is totally different from crypto. And y'all get this out here in the black community because y'all gonna hear this terminology. I already know about that. No. It is not crypto. Crypto and fiat are both digital. Okay? That's why I said, let's break this down for our community because I don't want y'all to go out of here confused or be oblivious to what's going on. Crypto is backed by those particular markets that are selling that particular crypto. Okay? So when you start talking about crypto, that market is selling that particular cryptocurrency on that market. Okay. When you start talking about fiat currency, that's backed by the government and it's digital. When I say it backed by the government, not because it's government insured with some kind of secured vehicle. It doesn't have gold backing it up. It doesn't have oil backing it up. It doesn't have any of those other things backing it up like we say our regular currency has. But it is the government coming into the digital market and saying it's backed by the strength of this government. That's fiat. Fiat is completely different from cryptocurrency, even though they're both digital. So I don't want y'all to be confused. I am Robin C. Investopedia gives a decent high level overview. Thank you for that. So this is, and listen, Disco, you have a hard enough time keeping up with your toothbrush. Now but you better learn it. When they start talking about your money and what you don't know about your money will hurt you. What you don't know about your money. This is why I wanted to stop and have this conversation this morning. What you don't know about your money is going to hurt you. Don't y'all just flip it off like a bug off your shoulder. What you don't know about your money is going to hurt you, and you do need to know the differences. Now, I am Robin C. put in here. If you live where there is a major Federal Reserve branch, sign up and go to their events. Now, this right here, I thank you for that, Robin. If you live where there is a major Federal Reserve branch, sign up and go to their events because you need to understand about money. You need to understand about the transitions of currency and where money is going. Thank you for that, Fairly All Day. Now, y'all, she put in, this is a lengthy article, but it explains in great detail in Britannica.com. Please, somebody copy that again, or Fairly, can you put that in once more and again? I want that to come closer to the bottom. If you live where there's a Federal Reserve Bank, come on, right downtown, Fish-Eyed Full, sign up and go to their events. I am Robin C. That's a great point. Sign up and go to their events. Fairly, can you put that in one more time? I want it closer to the bottom of the stream here because I want people to click on it. And I'll put it out there somewhere for you all. Thank you. So www, write it down if you can, Britannica.com/topic/fiat-money. Please understand, fiat and cryptocurrency are not the same thing. For you all that are in crypto, it's not the same thing. It is digital currency. One is backed by the government. The other is backed by whoever it is that's putting it out there. So there are a lot of their events are virtual too. Thank you for that, Robin C. So this is where I want you check out the Federal Reserves and yet listen. I want y'all, you had to learn real money. You married money. You had to learn real money. I ain't mad at you, Empress. Screen print it if you can. Come on. This explains money and how it's backed. Thank you so much. You got to keep up. Y'all got to keep, some of y'all in the Neanderthal stages of money. Now, listen, I'm going to say this because I'm trying to get to Rebel because I'm already late. But listen, y'all talking about you going to have money. You got to know what money is doing and what's going on with money, huh? You're talking about you're going to have money, but you got to know what is going on with money so that you can have your money. Because listen, at the end of the day, if you have no clue, if you're clueless, if you are clueless, you are going to be left in the dark. Please believe it. If you are clueless, you are going to be left in the dark. You've got to keep up with understanding money. Am I talking to anybody? DJ Miss Classy, I'm just trying to say it. The world is moving fast, but baby, you need to keep up. That's why I'm going to say once more and again what I Am Robin C is saying. Especially if you have a major Federal Reserve anywhere near you, sign up and go to their events, so that you can know and understand what's going on. We need financial literacy. Come on, come on. And this Snatch Master Jazz, so much love to you. Come on in here. Mad love, mad love, mad love. This is where I want y'all to understand people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. When, again, Dr. Dady, I want to thank you for this clip. When I saw the clip, I wasn't going to talk about Tucker and them. I wanted to talk about the concept of what they're talking about, because you know what? Tucker and them knew most black folks don't even know what this is about. We over here having a whole conversation, and most poor folks, can I just put it like that? Let me do it economically. Most poor folks don't even know what this conversation is about. Most poor folks don't even know what this conversation is surrounding. I saw the need to stop and have a conversation around what they're talking about. So we're not sitting there in the dark where they're talking wide open and in plain open view. But if you don't know what they're talking about, they have just talked in a level of code that you don't understand, but they're talking about money. Oh, people, please hear me when I say that. They're talking about money. So if they're talking about money and they're using terminology and saying stuff that you don't know what they're talking about, baby, you better educate yourself, because they just talk. Now, we talk about black folks, we talk in code, and y'all know we do, but they talk in code too, especially when you talking about money. I do not want you to be financially illiterate. They talked openly and boldly about money, but 99% of us didn't know what they were talking about, and they know you don't know what they're talking about. That's why they're talking about it openly, because they know you have no clue what they're talking about. But I'm going to say it once more and again, and I'm going to get out of here. They're talking about money. Hey, 8840, MONEY. They talking about money. Show me the money. That's what they were talking about. I would not have you to be ignorant. I need y'all to know, if it's on their radar, there's something brewing in the background, y'all. If it's on their radar, there's something brewing in the background. Now, y'all talking about cut the check, but y'all don't understand the transitions that are going on with your money. Come on, Fairly. That's usually how they talk. It's out there. And they've been talking about it more aggressively 2019, 2020. When folks were talking about COVID, they were talking about money. Y'all were talking about fighting over whether or not you should wear a mask and this and that and the other. They talking about money, 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 money. They were talking about money. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Or it's already brewed. I Am Robin C. This is why I would not have us to be ignorant. I would not have us to be ignorant. We need to understand. We need to understand what's going on in this world with our money. So I hope this was helpful to some of you all. I am, now listen, I'm no longer licensed, but FINRA 6, 7, and 63 licensed as a financial advisor. I'm not licensed, so I have to watch my limit of what this. I'm just talking on this right here. But since I am not licensed, I have to be very cautious so that it does not appear that I'm financially advising on this stream. All I can say to y'all, pay attention. Please, please, please pay attention. Please, please, I can't tell you that. Please pay attention. There's a whole lot of other stuff I would love to say, but I'm currently unlicensed. So what I can tell you is to pay attention. Please do it. Please, please, please Pay attention. Roland Martin said everything's about money, Damon, Pastor Blissett. Smooth way to throw us off the scent. We talking about not getting vaccinated, and honey, they building wealth. And that's what I'm talking about fairly all day. Pay attention. What are they talking about? Listen, Kajik, I'm trying to share the knowledge because I don't want y'all to be ignorant. And it's okay that you were ignorant. Hopefully this has put your nose on the scent. Hopefully this has put your nose on the trail. So come on, pay attention, MCP 812. Come on, Tall Pumps. We paying attention. While we were out here arguing and debating over this other stuff, honey, they were out here talking about building wealth. And they're out here talking about digital currency. And they're out here talking about the transitions that are going on with money. I need y'all to be clear. I need you to know. Thank you for putting that in, Shelly Thunder. Thank you so much. So at the end of the day, again, there's so much more I would love to say. I would love to say, but I just cannot because I'm currently unlicensed in the financial arena. But please believe I did my 6. I was licensed for my 6, my 7, and my 63. And anybody that knows FINRA, that ain't no punk, and that was no small feat. That knowledge has not left my head. I just cannot share it with people because I'm not licensed. Now, but please hear me. We've got to become more financially literate because what we don't know is killing us. Okay, what we don't know is killing us. All right, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm so thank you. I hope this fish-eyed fool. I hope this conversation was helpful. I'm gonna say it once more and again for the black folks in the back that just insist I got crypto. Crypto is not what I'm talking about. Cryptocurrency and fiat money are two different things. They're both digital. One is backed by whoever's putting it out there and their strength, and the other is put out backed by the government strength. Two totally different things. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. All right. And fairly all day, thank you. What we don't know can hurt us. When you see the price of gold going down, transitions are happening. Come on, KB Browns. And then I am Robin C. Thank each of you. And Empress, you all, thank you, Z Lady C. You all gave some great input. Z Lady C, you as well. I appreciate when you all come in with the input because listen, it's more than just me putting the truth out here. When you all can come in and bring additional information to the table, that's powerful. Snatch Master Jazz, you are so welcome. And to everybody, I hope that you found this beneficial. I'm so serious about this because we are walking into a time and a place of wealth. I believe that. Then you definitely need to know about money. And here we go. We're out of here. Oh, let me get on the right stream. Let me get on the right channel. You wanted to keep going. I know. I want us to get over to the Rebel. We may take this topic. How about if we talk about it some more tomorrow? Because I'm not even scratching the tip of the iceberg here. I really am not. Any of those that are in the chat today that are proficient in this conversation, let's come back tomorrow. Fish-eyed fool. I'm glad that you enjoyed this and wanted to keep going. I do want to stay within my time constraints because listen, I want to support Rebel. I want to support Rebel. That's my girl. We'll pick it back up tomorrow in the empowerment phase. I'll do that for you, Fish-eyed fool, and we'll come back and we'll talk some more. It is necessary and it is essential. And let me say to those of you that are talking, I appreciate Empress. I appreciate Fairly All Day. I am Robin C. If you can make it back, I don't know what your time looks like. It makes it a little more comfortable for me if I can read your comments so that there's no confusion. And again, because some of y'all don't understand this. When you've been licensed in a certain area and you no longer hold those licenses, you have to walk very circumspect so that it's not misconstrued that I'm out here illegally doing something unlicensed. So for those of you that are coming in, talking and inputting, it is a blessing to the chat. It's a blessing to me because then it allows me to share what you're sharing and nobody can go back of those that know that I was licensed and say, hey, I heard her over there on her channel because I got to walk very circumspect Please understand that anybody that has a high level license, you have to walk very circumspect when those licenses are not intact, because you can get in trouble if somebody misconstrues that. So that I appreciate everybody that's adding in. And I appreciate your input. So don't think that, oh, I don't want to come in here and feel like I'm taking over spiritual thought leaders conversation in this area, because I have to be very, very cautious about what I say and how I say it, so that's not misconstrued as me operating in those licenses when I don't hold them still. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Some of that may not make sense to some of you, but some of you understand what I'm saying. So there we go. All right, here we go. We're getting up out of here. I love y'all, and we'll pick this back up again tomorrow. How about that? Well, this has been another edition of Yes You O Cube, one-on-one, just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, and I'm so glad that you all joined me on this fine day. Yes, we talked about money, 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 money. Show me the money. We talked about that today, y'all. We had a little chit chat, and we're going to come back tomorrow and finish that conversation. For those of you all that really enjoyed the conversation, we'll take it a little farther on tomorrow. Now listen, you can follow me because I'm out there. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Discord, and more. I'm out there, saints. Please follow me because we're doing something. We're building something over here. Now please know, we're not just talking about change. We understand that we have to be the change, cheering. We got to be the change that we want to see. And at the end of the day, this pride, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. And you're not alone, babies. It's us, you, me, we all in the lion's den. And listen, we are not intimidated, and we don't have fear. Listen, we got power, we got love, we've got a sound mind. And so at the end of the day, as long as I operate in love, I am all powerful in love. Please believe it. Now check this out. The support has been tremendous. I want to thank my moderators, Michelle Brown, Shelly Thunder, and the Rebel Inc. And we're going to the Rebels. Listen, I thank you for the followers that joined today. DJ P Food, thank you for that resub. And Miss Classy, thank you so much for coming through with the raid, and everybody that rode along with us. Now you hear music provided, our intro and outro, by none other than the auspicious Regina Sims. I appreciate you for giving us permission. We get all the credits in, y'all. Now ride this raid train, because the train is moving to the Rebel Inc. You don't want to miss it. Get on the train, saints. Get on the train. And at the end of the day, have an amazing day on purpose, as my moderators say. And listen, do what you love what you do, and peace for your journey.